Australia as of yesterday. We'll discuss this and more of today's top stories. I'm Celeste Díaz Schurman.
And I'm Frank Billingsley. Houston City Councilman Edward Pollard has been recognized as Houstonian of the Year. He'll join us to tell us more about this and fill us in on all the issues concerning District J.
And I'm Ernie Manouse. Plus, we'll be joined by the original stars of Broadway's Hairspray, Laura Bell Bundy, Kerry Butler, and Marissa Jaret Winokur, who tell us all about their upcoming show, Mama, I'm a Big Girl Now.
Also, we want to hear from you. Give us a call or send us a text at 713-440-8870 or email us at talk@hellohouston.org. And don't forget, you can watch us live on YouTube by going to houstonpublicmedia.org.
Hello Houston is made possible in part by founding sponsors John Bradshaw and Kathy Sanders, and by gifts from listeners like you.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Louise Schiavone. Obamacare-related health costs are topic A in the U.S. Senate today as the deadline approaches for a decision on what's next. Democrats want to extend so-called enhanced premium subsidies, and Republicans are divided. NPR's Selena Simmons-Duffin has more.
24 million people enrolled in Obamacare this year, mostly small business owners and workers, farmers, ranchers. Nearly all of them got enhanced subsidies to help with monthly premium costs. Now those enhanced subsidies are expiring and costs are going up dramatically. Ellen Allen's premium costs are quadrupling. She's 64, lives in West Virginia, and has pre-existing conditions.
The bronze plan without vision and dental with a monthly premium of $1,967.50.
Senate Democrats' bill would put those enhanced subsidies back for 3 years. The Republican bill would put money in health savings accounts, but would not bring down the higher premium costs. Selena Simmons-Duffin, NPR News, Washington.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky holds urgent talks today with leaders from about 30 countries. It's the latest gathering of a so-called coalition of the willing led by Britain, France, and Germany. NPR's Lauren Freya reports today's meeting is being held by video conference.
Zelensky has been traveling around Europe, meeting allies this week, as revisions to a U.S.-backed peace plan are sent back and forth across the Atlantic to the White House. Germany's Chancellor Friedrich Merz says the main issue to be resolved is what territories and concessions Ukraine is prepared to make. He said he and his French and British counterparts suggested finalizing proposals with President Trump in Europe this weekend. Trump told reporters he's waiting to hear answers before progressing.
There are a lot of things happening right now. A lot of people say it's closer than it's ever been.
A critical moment is how European leaders describe it. Lauren Freyer, NPR News, London.
The nation's trade deficit narrowed in September. NPR's Scott Horsley reports on the latest figures from the Commerce Department.
The U.S. trade gap narrowed by almost 11% during September. Exports and imports both increased during the month, but exports jumped more. New applications for unemployment benefits rose sharply last week after a Thanksgiving lull the week before. 236,000 people applied for jobless aid. The number of applications can be useful in assessing the pace of layoffs. Stock in Oracle tumbled after the cloud computing giant reported disappointing earnings. Oracle's been investing heavily in artificial intelligence. Despite the dip, co-founder Larry Ellison is still a very wealthy man. Scott Horsley, NPR News, Washington.
On Wall Street, a day after the Fed lowered interest rates by a 0.25 percentage point, the Dow is up 559, the Nasdaq off 227 points, the S&P 500 down 18. This is NPR.
Live from News 88.7 in Houston, I'm Tom Perumian. Houston police are out in force again today as part of Mayor Whitmire's enhanced traffic enforcement. Extra patrols will be on the 610 North from I-10 West to I-10 East.
HPD will have zero tolerance for road rage, speeding, all the dangers that some present to us. I'm urging everyone to take this as advice and counsel.
Whitmire has launched similar efforts across the city, often resulting in hundreds of tickets being issued to drivers. The Galveston Bay Barrier System, also known as the Ike Dike, is moving forward. Late last week, the state announced design contracts for a floodgate system and sand dunes to protect the coast from storm surges. Heather Betancourt is a spokesperson for the Gulf Protection District, which is overseeing the project.
By moving these two major features into design, we're finally seeing progress on something that we've all been really wanting for many years.
The initiative is part of the larger Coastal Texas project, which will span from Galveston to South Padre Island. In sports, the Rockets return to action at home tonight, welcoming in the Los Angeles Clippers. The Rockets are 15-6 on the season, good for third in the NBA West Conference. The Clippers are struggling near the bottom of the West at 6-18. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock at Toyota Center. And FIFA launching its final major draw for World Cup tickets today. You can apply for tickets to any match, submit your payment information, and applications will be selected randomly. The application process is live through January 13th. Winners will be notified if they've won tickets. Houston will host 7 matches in the World Cup. And your check of weather. Sunny today with a high near 74 degrees. Later tonight, we'll see a low around 55 with partly cloudy skies. Right now, 60 degrees under mostly clear skies on the UH campus. I'm Tom Perumian, News 88.7.
Support for NPR comes from NPR stations. Other contributors include Made in Cookware. Made in Cookware is crafted by chefs for chefs and designed for restaurants and home kitchens around the world. Their cookware can be found at madeincookware.com. This is NPR.
Live from the University of Houston, it's Hello Houston, an open forum on today's biggest stories affecting Houston and beyond. Call now, 713-440-8870, or let us know your thoughts on today's topics by emailing us at talk@hellohouston.org. Now here's your host for Hello Houston, Ernie Manouse, Celeste Díaz Schurman, and Frank Billingsley.
We're back.
Hello, Houston.
Hello, Houston. Hello, HuTubers.
Our HuTubers over on YouTube. You want to join that party? It's easy. You can either go to YouTube and look for Hello Houston or just go to HoustonPublicMedia.org. And I hear there's a purple box.
They're already going. Yeah.
They're going. You can go over there.
They're already going strong.
And then you can visit and join the chat group there. It's very active. We glean a lot from that chat group. They're good, loyal listeners, and they're there every day.
They're smart, too.
Yeah, they are.
They are. They have good comments and ask good questions.
Yeah, sometimes when we're sitting here, we're like, well, let's go see what our YouTube.
Oh, look at that. They figured it out for us.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Why not? And I was just looking at the latest El Nino.
Yes.
And there's not one. There's a La Nina. So I think we're going to have a dry winter.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Wait.
I think it's going to be average dry, average cold.
So
I wouldn't look for any snow.
Okay, so that's what I was going to ask. Is there any correlation between having a drier winter with it being cooler?
Well, yeah, because dry air is easier to heat up and it's easier to cool down. Like when you go to the desert, like Vegas or Tucson or something like that, and you get those cold nights and those hot days because the air is so dry. Or even West Texas, same way. Yeah. So yes, so when you have dry air, your chances of having colder air.
Give me dry, cold, crisp weather over cold, damp, wet weather. I do not like
any day. I know we may see a sprinkle maybe Saturday or Sunday, but
I like a good damp day.
I like a damp day. Spring.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damp.
Spring, summer, fall, damp. I'm fine. Cold winter, you never get warm. It's just always there. But you know what? We live in Houston. We don't have to worry about that mostly.
Well, it was lovely yesterday. Yesterday evening, as the sun was going down, the air was nice and cool, and then we went to dinner and had friends with us, so we had a good time. Went to Mia Bella. Have you ever gone to Mia Bella?
I love Mia Bella.
I've never been.
Well, Wednesday is happy hour all day for drinks and food. And so you can get these small plates for like $6.
Nice.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Do you guys ever cook at home?
Nope. No, of course we do.
So
if we do, Kevin does it. So.
Yeah.
And he likes to bake also.
I would imagine Kevin would be a good cook.
Our new thing is scrambled eggs with cottage cheese in them.
Oh, protein?
Well, they say it makes it fluffier. Makes them
Protein.
fluffier, lighter,
creamier, maybe. You don't taste the cottage cheese, but it just makes them. You whisk it in,
right?
And yeah, that was a trick we learned. We like it.
Well, good. Always good to learn tricks. We're going to learn things about all of our city today. We're going to learn, especially from City Council member Edward Pollard, who has been named the Houstonian of the Year. We'll find out about him and what's going on in District J, still to come. And The three ladies who starred in Hairspray on Broadway, I think it was 25 years ago.
Wow.
They've all gone on to have wonderful careers. Laura Bell Bundy, and they're going to be here because they've got a new concert show, and it's going to be here in town. So all three of them are going to be here with us. It'll be fun. But as much fun as is going on, there's also a lot going on in the world. So we turn to headlines.
Yes, thanks, Ernie. Australia is banning young teens from social media. The Australian Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, welcomed a world-first social media ban for children younger than 16 that took effect Wednesday as families taking back power from tech giants, but warned the implementation would be difficult. Parents reported distraught children discovering they'd been shut out of platforms as the landmark law took effect. And some young children reported fooling the platform's age estimation technology by drawing on facial hair. Parents and older siblings are also expected to help some children circumvent the restrictions. Facebook, Instagram, Kik, Reddit, Snapchat, Threads, TikTok, X, YouTube, and Twitch face fines of up to 49.5 million Australian dollars. That's about 32.9 million US dollars from Wednesday if they fail to take reasonable steps to remove the accounts of Australian children younger than 16. What are your thoughts of this ban? Is Australia leading the way in what should be happening? And should it be happening here, or is this a bad move? Now is the time to join us on Hello Houston. Give us a call or send us a text, 713-440-8870.
It's really interesting because this has never been done. 13 years old has always been sort of the number,
threshold.
Not 16.
Yeah.
And, of course, they say that your brain doesn't really develop until you're 25. So to see what happens with these kids not being on social media is going to be fascinating to watch, if, in fact, it holds.
But don't you get the feeling that there's going to be ways around it? These kids are quick and smart. They're going to find other ways to use the technology of the internet. Maybe they won't be on the exact apps, but they'll find new chat groups, new places to go, places to share things. You know, I mean, because they're not outlawing YouTube, are they? Yo, YouTube is on the list. Never mind.
You know,
I was able to get cigarettes when I was a kid. So, I mean, there's always a way to be a kid.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a good thing.
I applaud Australia for taking a major leap.
Yes.
Right, because we understand that, we do need to start figuring out what we should be doing to help support young minds, because we know that we now have years of research that shows social media platforms greatly affect minds with addiction, body image issues, depression, other mental health issues that teens are experiencing at a much higher rate. It is also, social media potentially exposes them to bullying or sexual exploitation. So the fact that Australia is putting a hard line and saying, hey, we are just going to ban it and we're going to figure it out as we go, applaud them.
They did the same thing with guns. In 96,
they did the same thing with
said
guns.
No guns. And guess what? They have no guns. And they have very little gun violence.
And we have an administration right here in the U.S. that likes to take a hard line on things. And you know what? Here we have a country saying we are going to make a hard line on social media for young people. And I think that's great.
In the face of money. Because it would be a lot easier to say, we'll take the money for as many platforms as we need out there or want out there. Instead, they're saying, no, we don't want your platforms. And if you put them out there for kids, we're going to fine you.
Okay, so bringing it. Well, yeah, I'm sorry.
I also think as somebody who lived in Australia, I lived in Perth, Western Australia in 2019. Australia is unique in that its geographic location. I mean, it is technically a huge island, so it is remote. So, for example, when I was living there, Amazon really hadn't taken off. There was no such thing as getting your overnight package to Amazon.
Which explains why you moved here.
If you went to the grocery store and they were out of grapes and they had not gotten grapes, you weren't getting grapes. So I do think that this type of ban lends itself much easier to a country like Australia, where they are geographically very remote. And so I applaud them for being the first to go for it, but I also think it's going to be slightly easier to navigate the situation.
Well, to that end, I want to read this to you because I want your opinion on this. Charlie Parker says, I love that Australia is protecting their kids. American parents helicopter out in the real world, but when it comes to the internet, they let them have free. I think it's just free reign is what he means.
Yeah.
But free ranch, maybe that's a new term. I guess you get free ranch out there. Just ride wherever you want.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of parents kind of go into this hyper protective mode when it comes to education, with their teachers. And wait a minute, don't say Billy's misbehaving, or Billy's being bullied. But yet, if you're at dinner or something, here's the phone.
Yeah, right. Well, I think that's also
or driving on a long drive. Just
get
keep
in
them
your
occupied.
iPad.
Yeah, keep them occupied. Get them out of being a problem.
On an
I don't
airplane.
have anything more to say.
Or just going to their room.
But let's bring it back to the U.S.
and reading a book.
What do you think about the challenge on free speech and the freedom of expression? They're 16 years old. Should they be able to? 14, 15-year-olds, should they have access to this?
Well, Australia is already experiencing that type of pushback. Two Australian teens have already sued to block the law, claiming it violates their rights to political expression, and other critics have raised free speech and privacy concerns. Mm-hmm. Yes and no, in that in the state of Texas now, we have this new bill where it's my parental obligation if my bearing the way I want to, raise my child. So that essentially takes away some of those rights for a child if they're saying,
they have to run it through mommy and daddy.
I need to run it through mommy and daddy.
So is that enough, though? Would you be comfortable with just what we have in Texas state nationwide, or do you think the Australian ban is better?
I think that the Australian ban is the way to go.
Oh,
I
You think that's the right age?
I
16?
think that's the right age. I, wish that, and I know there are some schools that are having parents sign like these release, especially in private schools, where they say, okay, we're going to come together as parents and say, we're not going to buy our child a phone until 8th grade. Or we're not going to buy our so in elementary school, no phones. We're going to make a pact, because when one person gets it, when one kid gets it, then that ruins it for the rest of us, because all of a sudden, Sally has a phone.
Right.
Okay,
right.
well, and then all of a sudden they're also like, can I go to Sally's house? Can I go to Sally's house?
It seems to me that one of the only ways you could discipline a child now is by taking away their cell phone.
Correct.
Because you send them to their room and they still have their cell phone, they don't care.
That's like saying you only discipline them by taking away their cigarettes. So let them have cigarettes, so we'll have something to discipline them.
Oh, come on.
But what do you think? 713-440-8870. We have a whole bunch of comments coming in on the YouTubes, as I like to say. And it scrolled up so fast, I didn't have the one I was going to read to you. My British computer guy agrees with me. He says, I understand why, but teenagers will just find a way to circumvent it. I believe that new things will pop up, so the government's going to have to be vigilant in killing apps as they come along that are going to offer the same things.
The thing with seatbelts.
Yeah.
You don't have to put your seatbelt on. But it's a law. You wear your seatbelt, and it's out there to protect everybody. Right. Now, if you get in a car and you don't wear your seatbelt, well, you are, one, breaking the law, but you're also, that's your decision.
On you.
That's on you. And I think it goes the same thing. I think that, with this type of ban, it's basically saying we see the research, we see what it does to young people, and we are going to put a restriction there.
Well, is there a lot of research out there?
There is.
There's lots on it.
And but is it accurate?
From an academic point of view, restricting use for younger people in social media has proven in all the studies to be a positive thing, that there's too much coming at them with too much influence on them. And I'm not articulating as the studies would. And we've talked about having someone on to talk about what the true effect is psychologically on children at different ages and with social media. And so there is a problem out there, and so this is their attempt to try and fix that problem.
We'll see. What about for adults? I mean, the anxiety that you go through with people saying things on social media that are either false or brazen or just
it's horrible.
Just
it is
downright
horrible
mean
to see some of the things. There'll be students that will get together, or kids, and they'll go make an account, that says Frank is dumb, whatever. They might say something mean about somebody,
right? And
then they're all just continuously. Yeah. That is really
But adults
terrible.
sort of do the same thing. I mean,
over on YouTube.
You get too political, man. You're toast.
Yeah. Over on YouTube, Earl Grey T-Cat says, we need to regulate social media in general. I can't tell you how many times my mom, Tias, who are 65 plus, who believe everything they see on Facebook. It's worse now with AI. I will tell you, with the AI stuff, I'm usually pretty good at picking what's right and what's wrong, or what's true and what's not. And some of the AI stuff comes by, and I'm like, I got to check this out. And I mean, I really think that cat is working at Burger King and yelling at people when they order wrong.
I told you that
but it turns out they're not.
The New York Times has a test where you can go and try to pick which one's AI and which one's. I failed it. I could not determine.
Celeste laugh. Celeste and I have a very bad habit of sending memes to each other in those little short videos all night long to each other.
We send memes constantly. So the fact that Ernie really believed that the cat at Whataburger or Burger King
was working the counter
is actually probably a meme he sent me.
I'm sorry. I'm totally spiraling down. We want to know what you think. Is this the right move? Should it be the right move? Should we adopt it here in the U.S., or should we just say what's happening in Texas, where parents have to give approval to a certain age? That should be the way to go because we are a nation built on free speech and free expression. Should we be interfering? I think that pretty much sums up all the ways you can look at that question, huh?
Yep. Well, social media is one step, says Alex Garza. What about TV shows and movies that kids are watching?
Oh, where do we go censorship-wise? Really quickly, today is National Stretching Day, so get up there and stretch. There you go.
Coming up on Hello Houston, City Councilman Edward Pollard is Houstonian of the Year. And we're going to find out why, as well as find out about his latest happenings in District J. This is News 88.7. Stay with us.
We're counting on you right now. This station is fully funded by who? Our community, which means your donation directly keeps trusted fact-based news on the air. We're also proud to partner once again with Interfaith Ministries Meals on Wheels to help deliver nourishment and connection throughout the holidays. So give right now at HoustonPublicMedia.org/donate or by calling 888-909-0887.
And this is something we're proud of, to once again partner with Interfaith Ministry Meals on Wheels this holiday season. And if you've thought about giving, right now is the perfect time. Your contribution helps fund the station's most trusted work and keeps public media accessible to all. And that's the key for everyone. And when you give right now, you're ensuring that we have a strong foundation going into the next year. Don't wait. Give now at HoustonPublicMedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887.
And today, on a Meals Day, your gift to Houston Public Media keeps vital information flowing. And when you choose meals as your thank you gift, Interfaith Ministries Meals on Wheels will deliver warm, nutritious meals to local seniors in Greater Houston who need them the most. Only 45 meals to go to help us hit our 400 meal this hour. Make that happen. Give now and select meals as a thank you gift and help us reach that goal of 400 meals being delivered out into our community. You can give your gift at HoustonPublicMedia.org/donate or by calling 888-909-0887.
You know what, Ernie? I think we're going to hit it. We're
going
to hit our goal. I know it. Public media works because people like you believe in something bigger. So I'm going to take this moment right now to give some shout outs. Chris from the Woodlands, Devang from Houston, Thomas from Brenham, William from Pearland, and Sandarson from Jersey Village. Right now, you can give for yourself and for someone else, for the person who needs this reporting, relies on the facts, but isn't in a position to give today. You make this service free for everyone and keep it strong through your generosity. What you do today makes a real difference. Please give now at HoustonPublicMedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887.
Remember, your gift is tax deductible and it supports trusted journalism. And when you pick meals, you're also helping to feed someone in our community. And also think about this. When those meals are delivered, often that's the only human contact these folks have in a day. Someone to greet them and say hello to them. Someone to make them feel warm and better. You can do all of that right now. Go to HoustonPublicMedia.org/donate or by calling 888-909-0887.
Hi, I'm Lenny Ambrose from St. Arnold Brewing Company, proud supporters of Houston Public Media. Right now, with your $60 donation, you can choose tickets to News and Brews. This member-exclusive event takes place February 17th. Enjoy a pint, connect with fellow NPR fans, and meet the Houston Public Media newsroom in person. Select News and Brews tickets when you donate at HoustonPublicMedia.org/donate.
species on Earth since the 1700s, and we are averaging 17,000 more every year. But how many more are there?
The range of estimates of how many species are out there are from the low millions to the low trillions.
I'm Mary Louise Kelly. The mission to better understand life on our own planet, on All Things Considered from NPR News.
On the next Living on Earth, Bill McKibben on the stunning growth of cheap renewable energy, even as the fossil fuel industry digs in.
30 years from now, we're going to run the country and the planet on sun and wind just because the economics is overwhelming. But if it takes us 30 years to get there, the planet that we're running on sun and wind will be a fundamentally broken planet.
I'm Steve Kerwood. Bill McKibben, next time on Living on Earth from PRX.
Tune in Saturday night at 10 on News 88.7.
Support for Houston Public Media comes from Smart Financial Center in Sugar Land, presenting Sarah Brightman's Winter Symphony, a holiday production Friday, December 19th. Tickets at smartfinancialcenter.net.
Support for Houston Public Media comes from Baylor College of Medicine. With 125 years of innovation behind it, Baylor has driven progress in health and medicine through research, education, and care that push the frontiers of modern science.
And now back to Hello Houston. Call 713-440-8870 or email us at talk@hellohouston.org to get your comment in on today's topics. Now back to Ernie Manouse, Celeste Díaz Schurman, and Frank Billingsley.
All right, from community programs and public safety initiatives to efforts aimed at expanding opportunity across District J, Houston City Council member Edward Pollard had a busy year. Recently recognized by Houstonia magazine, Councilmember Pollard has become known for his hands-on approach and his focus on giving a voice to the communities he serves. We're glad to have him here to talk about the highlights, the challenges, what's ahead for District J, or J City as he likes to call it, as we head toward 2026. Councilmember Pollard, welcome to the show. Welcome to Hello Houston. If you would like to join the conversation out there, call us or text us 713-440-8870. First of all, congratulations on the recognition.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I'm excited to be here, so thank you for the invitation.
So who put out this type of, who ran the, I don't know.
Was it a contest?
So
here?
how did it work? My office received an email from Houstonian magazine several months back, and they said that I was a finalist for Houstonian of the Year. And what they did was put out to, I guess, their readers or to the public a poll for people to go and vote on who they would select out of those finalists for Houstonian of the Year. I think it was maybe 8 or 9 of us, and apparently I received the most votes.
There you go.
So
congratulations.
Got that distinction. It's pretty cool.
What does that mean to be the Houstonian of the Year to you?
I mean, it's a great honor. I'm from Houston. From Southwest Houston, now on the city council representing Southwest Houston. I never would have imagined that I would be in this position, but to be recognized as Houstonian of the Year for the work that I'm doing in what I call J City means a lot. But it's not really about me. It's more about the people around me, my staff, the constituents, my family, the support system that kind of helps me on the day-to-day. I really give them a lot of the credit.
You say all that, but for me, the surprising part in this, the silver lining, the golden slipper of all of this is the fact that in today's day and age, for a politician, for somebody in the system to be recognized that way, it seems like there's such a feeling in communities today about, well, politicians, that says an awful lot, not just about the work you're doing, but about the way you're perceived in your own community.
Yeah, well, if you go on my website, pollardforhouston.com, since I've been elected, it says that I want to be a unifier. I want to be someone that regardless of your background, your party affiliation, where you're from, your faith, your ideology, I want to try to bring people together. And I'm willing to listen to whoever. Whatever your issues or concerns are, regardless if we agree or disagree, I want to be in front of you. I want you to feel heard. I want you to know that your thoughts and your opinions matter. And I think people are really resonating with that.
So let's talk about J City. Your district, I think of it as Sharpstown, Gulfton. You define it as J City. What are the biggest challenges? I worked down there for a long time at Channel 2. So I guess we were probably in your area.
Yeah.
Sharpstown Mall sort of was abandoned. It felt a little dangerous, especially going home at night at 11 o'clock every night. I would look around. when I stopped at the stoplight before getting on the freeway. What kind of crime issues, what kind of abandonment of places are they facing down there?
Yeah, well, J City is Southwest Houston. If you're on 59 South, everything really between 610 and the Beltway. So starting at the Galleria, moving west, Gulfton, Sharpstown, Brayburn, into Alief, the most diverse area of the most diverse city in America. 75% of the residents live in apartment complexes. The most densely populated area. The city of Houston is 3,000 people per square mile. We're about 11,000 people per square mile.
Wow.
85% of the residents speak something other than English as their first language. So it's a melting pot, and there's a lot of challenges, culture barriers, language barriers. And so we've had to try to be very creative in the way in which we bring activations and programs and resources to that area. It's known for some challenges. Yeah. Crime and other issues, but we've really worked to address that. One of the things that we've done is on a stretch of Bissonnette between 59 and Beltway 8 is known as the Bissonnette Track, a very internationally known area for human trafficking, prostitution, gangs and drugs, and for a few decades, that's been a humongous challenge. And since the Westwood Mall kind of deteriorated over the years, that's been a hub for trafficking and prostitution. And my office worked really hard on that corridor to change those dynamics. We brought crime rates down 90% in that area over the past couple years. We have used barriers, fixed gates to close off the side streets in the evenings all the way to the early morning so that people can't turn off a Bissonnette and either buy sex or buy drugs. And so we've changed traffic patterns. We've used urban design. We've worked with the businesses and the residents to change the dynamics of that area. And so it just takes some creative and outside-the-box thinking. I think we're the only area, maybe the United States, that literally closes off and blocks public streets at certain times to ensure that we are able to curtail some of the issues in a particular area.
The successes you're talking about, are those homegrown solutions? Are they things that are coming down from state level, national level? How are you finding these solutions?
Yeah, homegrown, trial and error. I didn't come in with a perfect example or every answer to every question that was out there, but we just got out there and just tried. Some things worked, some things did not. A lot of collaboration with community stakeholders, getting their input. I'm a firm believer that people that are closest to the issue have an idea on how to solve it. So we just have to approach them and listen and be open-minded to different people's perspectives. And so with that stretch of Bissonnette, we tried all types of things. Some things worked temporarily, some things didn't work at all. But the fixed barricades that we have on the side streets has been something that we've seen crime drop dramatically, and you no longer have that prevalence of the prostitution and human trafficking in that area.
But Edward, I want to go back to something that you were talking about, the diversity of your district. And what we have been seeing is the impact of ICE going into very diverse different communities. Are you seeing that within District J?
Yes, ICE is everywhere. It's scary. It brings a lot of apprehension, a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety. And I tell people that my area of the city, specifically the Gulfton, Sharpstown area, with many immigrants, asylum seekers, undocumented folks, we have been known as a welcoming city where we bring people in from all over the world and we try to find a way to put them in a position to thrive and achieve the American dream. And what you see now is federal agents many times not even dressed in a uniform that you can identify them with, running up in apartment complexes, pulling people over, stopping people on the street. And it's something that you don't really see in mainstream media. We get people's cell phone recordings that are sent to, my social media or over to our email addresses. And it's a real concern. And so I spoke out about my disappointment in how the city is kind of combating that issue and what we're doing as leaders in this city to talk about what's humane and what is not. No one is for open borders. No one is for ensuring that we create a area or a city that helps those who commit crimes be able to easily just maneuver. But for people who have been in our city contributing to society decade after decade and that are not causing any harm, we need to do what we can to protect those people.
We do have a YouTube question. Are you in support of the Houston Police Department helping ICE or expand their operations?
I'm in support of the Houston Police Department doing all that they can do to eliminate crime, deter crime, investigate crime. If there is a matter with an individual or a situation that does not have to do with causing harm to the community, I think our police officers need to put their efforts and their resources to other things.
As we talk about the subject, then we can move on from it. But I'm curious about, with your wisdom and what you're seeing, how do you propose that we deal with a crisis that a lot feel is warranting this kind of behavior? What should they be doing?
Yeah, I mean, the federal government has all the authority to be able to come into our city and ensure that, you know, federal laws are protected. And I'm all for that. And I don't think we should get in we shouldn't get in the way of them being able to do their jobs. But as a local law enforcement, we have specific issues that we need to confront and address as well. And so I would allow and want the federal agents to do what they do, but there's no reason that HPD needs to go out of their way to aid them in whatever they are trying to accomplish. We should focus on the local matters, the local issues, the local problems that HPD traditionally focuses on. And if it does not have to do with crime, deterring crime, or preventing crime, we should allow the federal government to do that on their own.
Saying that, would you support the National Guard coming into the city?
I'm not opposed, honestly, to the National Guard. I know that may catch people off guard, but if you travel internationally as much as I have, you usually see their national police force out and about. And you actually have a sense of safety when they're out there, right? Mm-hmm. And the National Guard is usually not approaching, they're not arresting, they are not investigating. It's more of a patrol presence, having more law enforcement presence in areas that are highly trafficked or highly visited. And so I'm all for safety. Whatever we can do to create an atmosphere where people feel safe and they feel comfortable. Now, if we have a situation where you're having ICE or a National Guard or a law enforcement agency that's making communities feel uncomfortable, then we need to listen to communities and say, okay, that may not be the best move for whatever the current circumstances are. And that is something I think as leaders we have to get back to. We are projecting on them what they feel as if they need in their own space. Mm-hmm. It needs to be the reverse. We need to be hearing from them, what will make you feel safe? What is something that you would like us to do as your elected leaders to be able to help your quality of life? And then we dictate our actions and our policies around that.
You know, speaking of safety, recently at the Houston City Council meeting, the pedicab safety, a lot of pedicab safety concerns, especially coming up to rodeo, was up for discussion. And you were pretty outspoken about that. Talk to us about that.
Well, the pedicab industry is like many others. People want enforcement. They want to ensure that the good actors have ways in which to thrive within their industry, but that the city of Houston is cracking down on the bad actors. Mm-hmm. And within the pedicab industry, what we found is, especially around high traffic events, outsiders are coming in and they are not regulated or permitted, and they're going out and they're getting passengers and they're not following traffic laws. Mm-hmm. And they're not following certain policies, and that's taking away from those who are properly permitted, have gone through the process of doing things the correct way. And so we as a city have to ensure that when we have ordinances on the books, that it's just not words on a piece of paper, and there's real enforcement that we can back up those that are doing the right thing. Because if not, then what's the purpose of even going through the process of doing it correctly?
Yeah. You know, I do want to mention we're speaking with Houston City Council member Edward Pollard. If you want to join the conversation, 713-440-8870. Ernie?
I want to jump back into J City for a minute here, and we're talking about a lot of issues that are of concern, but there's also the whole idea of reinvestment in the area. And when you talk to folks and are showing J City is a place to come and to invest and to build up, what's the pitch?
So J-City, the most diverse area, the most diverse city in America, where whatever you want to find, you can find it from a cultural standpoint. If you're looking for the best food in the city, I encourage you to come to J-City. And food is a way in which you can bring people together, regardless of how you may feel about other topics. Food is a way that you can sit down and enjoy a meal and talk to one another about ways in which you can improve each other's lives and ways in which you can support each other and find out your differences. And so if you're in J-City and you want to go down the Bel Air corridor to Chinatown, or if you want to go down Hillcroft to the Gandhi district, if you want to check out Little Ethiopia, if you want to check out some of the Latin cuisine, we have it all. Right, we have a mixture of whatever you're looking for. And so I know sometimes Southwest Houston gets a bad rap, but I would encourage you to come and check us out because there's a lot of thriving mom and pop small businesses that we want to highlight, and we want to ensure that when people come into the city or people from all around the city are looking for diversity, culture, and custom, come to J-City.
You are very known for being creative. So let me ask you this, because I've worked down there. Flooded streets are an issue, pretty much a couple inches of rain, including the feeder roads. And I know anywhere in the city can have flood issues. Have you come up with any solutions that could be maybe really thought out throughout the city?
Well, if you look traditionally and historically for the city of Houston, engineers and public work experts will tell you that the city of Houston was designed for the streets to flood. I don't know why that is, but we're a flat city, and we rather the water be pooled within the streets than going into the properties. But I can tell you that we have pushed for a lot of infrastructure improvements in J-City for flood mitigation. Over $100 million has gone into J-City for flood mitigation projects in my tenure alone. We've worked with not only our own public works department, but we've done a lot with federal dollars, grant dollars. We've done work within the TERS, and we do a lot of work with our county commissioner where they have much more flexibility on bigger infrastructure projects to mitigate flooding. So one of the things that I'm proud of is we have a new park called the Club Creek Park. It's off of 59 and Bissonnette area, right behind the old Westwood Mall. But we turned a green space into a huge detention basin, okay? But it's not just a detention basin that will help with flood mitigation, but it's hike and bike trails, it's exercise equipment, we have fountains out there, we have gazebos, we have playgrounds, and it's a hidden gem within the middle of the city. Not a lot of people know about it, but it's a way in which we could be creative to not only try to do flood mitigation, but we can have recreation and beautification along with it as well. And it's a $15 million project. The highlight at that park is the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. My father served in the Vietnam War. He always tells me about how those who served and came back did not get a proper hero's welcome. So we have a welcome home and a memorial for those who served in Vietnam from the Houston area. And it's something I think everyone should go and check out.
Well, thanks for being here. Quick yes or no, is being mayor on your bingo card?
We'll see what happens in the future. There's a resign to run statute, so it allows me not to be able to get into that. But in a couple years, I think we'll be able to address it again.
Okay. Houston City Council member Edward Pollard represents J-City, District J. So thank you so much, and congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
All right, coming up, we'll be joined by 3 Broadway legends. Stay with us as Hello Houston continues. All right. Thank you for listening to Houston Public Media. This station is now 100% community supported. That means you. So we're turning to you for your support because we know that this service is important to you. Please make your gift and support this station at houstonpublicmedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887.
And today is your moment to make a difference. And Amy says, appreciate getting our news from NPR and Houston Public Media every morning. Hello, Houston over lunch is fun, too. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
And when you give now, you help ensure trusted local news stays strong through the end of the year and beyond. And we are counting on our listeners like you to take that final step and support what you value. Act now at HoustonPublicMedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887.
When you give to Houston Public Media today, your generosity reaches even further. When you give $240 right now, you can select 20 meals. When you give $360 now, you can select 30 meals. You can also give monthly at $100 per month equals 100 meals. That is Interfaith Ministries Meals on Wheels that is joining the effort here. So give now at HoustonPublicMedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887. We've already had 355 meals donated this morning.
Love it. And help us crush this hour's goal. 45 meals left to reach 400 select meals as your thank you gift. And Interfaith Ministries Meals on Wheels will turn your support into hot, nourishing meals for homebound seniors. And that sounds lovely. Make that gift for your neighbor, for those in your community who may not be able to give to this station right now. If you can give today, you're helping keep this service going for everyone in the community. Make your gift now at HoustonPublicMedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887.
Before midnight on December 31st, make a difference in your community and your taxes. Your gift is tax deductible to the full extent of the law and keeps trusted news accessible to all. So give now at HoustonPublicMedia.org/donate or call us 888-909-0887.
This week on It's Been a Minute.
We know you value Houston Public Media. That's why you're watching right now. So take the next step and become a new member of the station you rely on. Every gift makes a difference. And what matters most right now is supporting the station that brings you the news and information you rely on. It only
Old churches are magnificent.
Get inspired by the winter solstice in Ireland.
I just really felt part of something enormous.
And enjoy a taste of Christmas traditions in Estonia, Venice, and Rome.
What's amazing at Christmas in Rome, the amount of panettone that are bought and sold.
On the next travel with Rick Steves.
Saturday morning at 6 on News 88.7.
This is Jennifer Hickson of The Moth. Moth shows feature eyewitness accounts of the most important or hilarious or moving stories in a person's life. We don't allow any sort of script on stage, so the stories have the excitement of a sporting event, but the intimacy of a tete-a-tete. The Moth is simple and satisfying, like a home-cooked meal for the ears. That's the Moth Radio Hour from the Public Radio Exchange, prx.org.
The Moth Radio Hour, Saturdays at noon on News 88.7.
Support comes from GenPro, a Houston-based home generator service providing power to homes during unexpected outages. More information at genpro.com or by calling 713-597-3521.
Support for Houston Public Media comes from attorney mediator Ron Bankston, providing in-person, video conferencing, and hybrid mediation and arbitration services. More information is available at ronbankston.com.
And now back to Hello Houston. To comment on any of today's topics, call 713-440-8870 or email us at talk@hellohouston.org. Now back to Ernie Manouse, Celeste Díaz Schurman, and Frank Billingsley.
Three of Broadway's leading ladies, Laura Bell Bundy, Kerry Butler, and Marissa Jaret Winokur, will reunite for the first time in over 20 years for the concert Mama, I'm a Big Girl Now, featuring hit songs from beloved musicals, including Hairspray, Legally Blonde, Wicked, Beetlejuice, and much, much more. This show will take the audience on a journey through the ladies' lives and careers, from their origins to finding love, to eventually becoming mamas themselves, in a celebration of 2 decades of friendship. The concert will take place at the Hobby Center on Saturday, December 13th. And to tell us more, we welcome Laura Bell Bundy, Kerry Butler, and Marissa Jaret Winokur. And if you have a question or you would like to join the conversation, you can give us a call or text 713-440-8870.
Well, welcome, ladies, and congratulations on this show. How did it all come together?
Thank you.
So one of you speak up. Who thought of this? It's a great idea.
Well,
Kerry and I were doing a concert together. It's almost 3 years ago now. And Kerry asked me if I'd talked to Marissa in a while. And I said no. And I don't know how the conversation evolved, but eventually it was like, we should all do a concert together. And one of us said we should call it Mama, I'm a Big Girl Now.
Yep.
And then we called Marissa in that moment. We FaceTimed her, and she did not answer. and then we left a video for her, and she did not respond for 6 months because she didn't get the video.
But all right, defend
when
yourself.
I did respond, the minute I responded, the minute I heard about it, I was like, I didn't get their video and I didn't get their message. But the minute I did, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best idea. We have to do a concert together. And then we hit the ground running.
I have to say,
and
then
it
became Marissa's idea.
And then it became Marissa's idea.
The most surprising thing for me about this is that the three of you were in Hairspray together, and all three of you have had stellar careers. And it just says something to the casting of that original Hairspray, that so much talent was discovered in that original production, which is probably the reason it's so legendary still.
Yeah, that cast was crazy. I mean, we even Shoshana Bean was in our cast, Jen Gambatese was in our cast. Our cast was an insane cast. Matt Morrison was in our cast. I mean, Corey Reynolds, our whole cast really took off after Hairspray. So it really was a launching pad for all of us, actually.
Well, not totally took off after, because if you go before, I'm a Guiding Light fan here. So, of course, I remember Mara Lewis, I'm just saying. But,
oh my God, it's so obscure. No one says that.
No one. That's the first time.
No one says, I remember you from Guiding Light.
Oh my God.
But we do bring it up in our show because when I was doing Guiding Light, that's when I was cast to do the very first ever reading of Hairspray. So I was doing Guiding Light when I met both of them.
Well, I bring it up for the simple reason about the work ethic of doing a soap opera. All of that dialogue every day, short takes, get it right, move on. And especially Guiding Light, as it got toward the end of its run, got very historic in how they were producing the show. But how does that train you for going into the Broadway stage? In some way, does it make it seem like going on Broadway is a gift and it's slower and more able to evolve a character? Or did you take those tools with you that made you hit the role better?
Well, I will say that the soap opera for 2 years was a really great training ground for me. I almost say it was like a conservatory, because there's really no other place where you have to learn 30 pages of lines a day. And you get kidnapped, you go blind, you have a nervous breakdown all in the course of 6 weeks. And so there's all these things I got to try out. And I think from an emotional standpoint, I became more emotionally connected and to my material and more grounded in my performance. When prior to that and after that with Hairspray, I was doing very, very big, broad, campy comedy. And the soap opera really helped to balance that out for me as an actor.
Nice. So tell us about the show that you have going now. When we go to this weekend, what are we going to see?
You'll definitely laugh a lot.
Good.
It's really a story about friendship, that the three of us have stayed friends and supported each other for over 20 years.
It is kind of crazy. And Kerry, as you're talking also, I think about you from Beauty and the Beast. Another little musical that maybe some people know you from too. Another wonderful experience, and really taking a story that has been in families for a long time, as I think Hairspray now has been in families for a long time. They've truly become classics.
Yes, and we have a whole Disney section in our show
Yeah.
for any Disney fans.
Yeah, we definitely, I mean, when you come to our show, I think it's like how you're saying, like you're like, oh, I remember you from Guiding Light, or I remember, Beauty and the Beast. But like, then there's people like, for Carrie, it's like Beetlejuice, or for me, it's like Dancing with the Stars or Big Brother. And we really tap into each one of our things so that I say that you come and you really get 90 minutes of like full on bangers, because we sing everything you want us to sing. We tell stories from everybody's definitely happy when they leave because they've heard why they came,
Our producers are tossing in different things that they know you from, and different from Xanadu and from Legally
Yep.
Blonde, and of course Dancing
Yep.
with the Stars. It's just the sheer talent of the three of you is insurmountable, and I'm so happy that you took the time to come on our show.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Come out and see us this weekend.
We will. We definitely will be there, and thank you for coming to Houston and bringing your show here. Mama, I'm a big girl now.
At the Hobby Center this weekend.
Laura Bell Bundy. Sorry, Kerry Butler and Marissa Jaret Winokur. Ladies, thank you for joining us. Mama, I'm a Big Girl Now will perform at the Hobby Center Sunday, December 13th for 2 performances. For more information, you can visit thehobbycenter.org.
Coming up, we're going to continue diving into today's top stories. We're also going to share our current obsessions for this week. Be sure to let us know yours. Stay with us for the second hour of Hello Houston.
Thank you for listening to Houston Public Media. You're the reason Houston Public Media is here right now. Every gift made right now goes straight into funding for trusted, fact-based reporting, the reporting you rely on every day. Give today at houstonpublicmedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887.
And this is it, the final live radio campaign of the year. And that's a big deal. If you've been waiting to support Houston Public Media all year, now is the time. Your gift powers trusted news, thoughtful storytelling, and the station that you rely on every single day. Don't miss your chance to make an impact before the year ends. So give now at houstonpublicmedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887.
Think about your neighbors who can't leave home, seniors who depend on a friendly face and a hot meal. You can make sure they're cared for. Today is Meals Day at Houston Public Media, and when you donate to this station, you can choose meals as your thank you gift. You're providing real meals for Houstonians. Give now and select meals as a thank you gift at houstonpublicmedia.org/donate or by calling 888-909-0887.
This is one of those moments where you can do a little good that means a whole lot. Help someone else keep listening, even if they can't give today. You can give for them. HoustonPublicMedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887.
It's important to support independent news and to also get a tax deduction, too. When you give to Houston Public Media, you're powering fact-based journalism, and your gift is tax deductible. Make your year-end contribution now at HoustonPublicMedia.org/donate or by calling 888-909-0887.
And you know what? I've got some good news. Today is the perfect time to give because your donation to Houston Public Media fuels both facts and food. When you select meals as your thank you gift, you help deliver fresh meals to homebound seniors through Interfaith Ministry, Meals on Wheels. One act of generosity can nourish both mind and body. Visit HoustonPublicMedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887 to give now.
Houston Public Media follows you through your day on radio, on the phone, or even on a smart speaker. Also on YouTube. Wherever you are, we're there. Support this station that shows up for you every day. Make your gift at HoustonPublicMedia.org/donate or by calling 888-909-0887.
And listen, Houston Public Media doesn't just follow the big stories. We dig deeper into the local ones that national outlooks often overlook. Your support funds real journalism by real journalists that serve Greater Houston. Give now at HoustonPublicMedia.org/donate.
Or you can call us, 888-909-0887. We're waiting to hear from you and to reach our goal of meals.
Stay tuned. There's more Hello Houston on the way with Ernie Manouse, Celeste Díaz Schurman, and Frank Billingsley. For the latest in local news, subscribe to the Hello Houston daily newsletter at houstonpublicmedia.org. Hello Houston is a production of Houston Public Media. The opinions expressed by the guests of this program are solely their own and do not represent the views of management, staff, or underwriters of Houston Public Media. This is News 88.7.
Support comes from the law firm McFarland PLLC, eminent domain attorneys focused exclusively on representing landowners against the government's taking of private property for public use across the state of Texas. More at McFarlandPLLC.com.
63 degrees and clear skies at the University of Houston. Our low tonight in the mid-50s. Patchy fog rolls in overnight and then a sunny and 75 Friday. I'm Tiffany Taylor. This is your NPR station, KUHF Houston, News 88.7, a service of the University of Houston.
Just ahead on this hour of Hello Houston, Mayor John Whitmire is warning Houstonians that HPD will be cracking down on speeding and road rage to make roads safer during the holidays. We'll discuss this and more of today's top stories. I'm Ernie Manouse.
And I'm Celeste Díaz Schurman. As we get ready for the new year, we're going to revisit an episode of My Cold Coffee series with board-certified physician Dr. Gabrielle Lyon, who's going to talk all about health.
And I'm Frank Billingsley. Plus, we'll also share a rundown of the things that currently are taking over all our free time for our regular Thursday feature, Current Obsessions, and we want to know yours.
And that's right. Give us a call or text us those at 713-440-8870 or email us at talk@hellohouston.org. And remember, you can watch us live on YouTube. Just go to houstonpublicmedia.org.
Hello Houston is made possible in part by founding sponsors John Bradshaw and Kathy Sanders, and by gifts from listeners like you.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Louise Schiavone. Extension of the Affordable Care Act's federal health care subsidies was before the U.S. Senate today, but neither Republican nor Democratic proposals appear to have secured enough votes to pass. We're waiting for a final vote on the Democratic measure. Cynthia Cox of KFF, a healthcare policy foundation, notes that those who rely upon these subsidies are already stressed.
By definition, the ACA marketplaces are an option of last resort, at least for someone who wants comprehensive major medical health insurance. In order to get these subsidies, people already cannot be eligible for employer coverage. They can't be eligible for Medicaid or Medicare.
Without action to continue the pandemic-era health care subsidies before the year is out, millions of Americans will see significant increases in health insurance in 2026. President Trump's call for the state of Indiana to redraw congressional districts is before the state Senate there. Ben Thorpe of member station WFYI has the latest.
The Indiana House has already passed the redistricting plan that could help Republicans win 2 seats in Washington, now held by Democrats. Senate Republicans have been deeply divided on the issue. Republican Greg Good held a town hall to hear from constituents and was one of several lawmakers to face a swatting attempt recently that he says brought armed law enforcement into his house over a fake emergency call. Good says he's still undecided.
I intend to keep an open mind until the very end.
Trump has gotten Republicans in Texas, Missouri, and North Carolina to redistrict. He and Republican Governor Mike Braun threatened to support primary challenges against Indiana Republicans who oppose the effort to shape the 2026 midterms. For NPR News, I'm Ben Thorpe in Indianapolis.
Nobel Peace Prize winner Maria Corina Machado said she had to be in Oslo to receive the prestigious prize. However, she arrived after the prize ceremony after a difficult and dangerous trip out of Venezuela, where the opposition leader had been living in hiding for more than a year. NPR's Carrie Kahn has more.
Machado, wearing the same clothes she says she wore during her days-long trip out of Venezuela, hugged family and greeted supporters from a hotel balcony. Later, speaking to reporters wearing her trademark all-white, Machado vowed to bring stability to Venezuela and said the risk of leaving was worth it.
And of course, the risk of going back perhaps is higher, but it's always worthwhile. I'll be back in Venezuela, I have no doubt.
Machado says she backs Trump's military buildup in the Caribbean, as well as the U.S. seizure of a tanker carrying Venezuelan oil. These criminals have to be stopped, and cutting the resources of illegal activities is a very necessary step, says Machado. Carrie Kahn, NPR News.
On Wall Street at latest check, the Dow up 629 points. This is NPR News.
Live from News 88.7 in Houston, I'm Tom Perumian. The Texas Commission on Law Enforcement voted Wednesday to allow Galveston County Sheriff Jimmy Fullen to retain his peace officer license. The decision comes after a long-winded legal battle over Fullen's license that began last year. News 88.7's Juliana Washburn reports.
Back in June 2024, the commission accused Fullen of falsifying government documents by knowingly leaving out information about his criminal history, specifically several arrests, including assault that happened in the 1980s. The commission recommended Fullen's license be revoked, and after a back-and-forth legal battle, the two parties came to an agreement that was voted on Wednesday. The commission ultimately approved a 6-month suspension, fully probated and backdated to 2024, meaning Fullen's license is currently active and he remains the Galveston County Sheriff. Retired Sheriff Sergeant Kenneth Williams filed the original complaint against Fullen. He says he's heartbroken by the decision.
It was a slap in the face of all Texas peace officers, and it has further diminished the trust that our public can have in our law enforcement.
From the Galveston County Bureau, I'm Juliana Washburn, News 88.7.
Sheriff Fullen declined comment on the decision. Houston Metro is advising Metro Rail riders to expect service disruptions over the next few days. Starting today, scheduled maintenance and upgrades on the red, green, and purple lines are taking place. Those disruptions will last until Sunday the 14th. Shuttle buses will be operating every 10 minutes along those lines. Riders should allow extra time to reach their destinations. More information can be found at ridemetro.org. Your check of weather, sunny today with a high near 74 degrees, 54 overnight with partly cloudy skies. Right now, 63 degrees under clear skies on the UH campus. I'm Tom Perumian, News 88.7.
Support for NPR comes from NPR stations. Other contributors include Progressive Insurance with its Name Your Price tool, a way to see coverage options based on a driver's budget. Learn more at progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Is that a tambourine I hear?
That's our new dance mix of the opening of Hello Houston for the second hour. I'm Ernie Manouse.
I'm Celeste Díaz Schurman.
I'm Greg Billingsley with your sleigh bells.
Yeah, I guess they're trying a new mix and they forgot to mix in the introduction for us. But
That's
there you
right.
go. You're always welcome to join the show. You can watch us on YouTube. You can email us. You can actually call us, 713-440-8870. When we talk about any of our topics today, we welcome you in. And we all were just enjoying that little bit of Christmas touch in our music.
We are Hello Houston.
We are Hello Houston. Good thing is we know our names, so we were able to introduce ourselves.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, we don't usually have to do that, so we're very proud we were able to do. I've been having, for the last couple of days, I've been having a lot of trouble with names. I've been noticing.
The last couple of years, I've had that problem.
So I'm happy I got ours out correctly.
It definitely feels like we're in the holidays in regards to we're just close to the end of the year.
What is it? What is the date?
Today is December 11th, 2025. There are only, and I'm going to say this for our next segment, but there are only 3 weeks left in this year.
I know. Tomorrow's my anniversary.
Oh, happy anniversary, Kevin and Frank.
12.
So I could remember it.
Yes.
So far, so good.
That
12,
does work out nicely. But you're not in New York this year for
No,
it.
we're not. But, well, we have a big party tomorrow, which is a small dinner party, but it's a big thing for us.
Yeah.
Be with some friends. And also a big birthday party that we're going to for a really good friend of ours on Saturday. And then we have the social book on Sunday.
So you can just pretend those are all for you.
You know, we sometimes you just want to stick around and be with your friends. And so we're going to go to New York around Christmas.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Between Christmas and
New Year's.
And New Year's, yeah.
That sounds lovely.
Celeste, you got any big exciting travel plans?
Not really, no.
I think we're going
to be, I'll hop on with you guys. I don't really have anything going on. You know, we usually travel around this time, but this year we're going to lay low. We're going to lay low. We're going to stay home, and I usually visit my sister in Colorado.
Yeah.
And we usually go skiing, but this year we're not. We're going to be
I'm
here.
a little worried about the weather up there. If it's like 1 degree, Kevin and I talked about it. It's like if it's really, really cold, like the whole polar vortex cold on that, we're not going. We'll just cancel at the last minute.
Yeah.
Try to sell our Broadway tickets to somebody.
What are you going to see on Broadway?
We're going to see Chess.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
My favorite musical.
And we're going to see Just in Time, the Jonathan Groff, Bobby Darin thing. And that's it. Have you seen the prices of Broadway tickets?
Oh, well, I know what they are.
I mean,
insane.
And I mean, we don't even have like great seats. We just have seats, and they start. I'm going to just give you an idea. They start at $350 and they go to $900, and it's just absurd what you can pay for a Broadway show now.
It's interesting.
But they're getting it, I guess.
And we can talk about this during our current obsessions
Yes,
coming up.
we'll talk about that. I remember when
Broadway
tickets went to $50 and everyone was outraged.
I want to throw a scenario out that's happening right now, kind of in the reality star world in Broadway. We're going to talk about that coming up during our current obsessions.
Okay, but first, as always, Celeste is going to bring us another cold coffee.
Yes.
A revisit
We're going to have a
of your
revisit.
classics.
As I was saying, as we get ahead of the new year, a lot of people take this time to reflect on the year, but also we're looking ahead to the new year, and people start thinking resolutions and how to be healthy or maybe, more intentional. And so we're going to be talking about just health and muscle wellness with Dr. Gabrielle Lyon.
Mindedness. Yeah.
I'm
not even sure what that means, but I hear it a lot.
Health is the new wealth.
Mindful yoga and mindful coffee drinking and
I
mindful
missed out on
cocktails
eating.
And I missed out
happy
on
hour.
So I'm going to be mindful. I'm going to have 4 instead
Also, our current obsessions, as we have made reference to, we want to know what yours are. Start sharing them online over in our YouTube chat group with our HuTubers, or you can text them to us, 713-440-8870. Let us know, what are your current obsessions taking up all of your free time these days? But what takes up a lot of our time is paying attention to the news. So, Celeste, lead us off in headlines.
Yes, with holiday traffic ramping up, Mayor John Whitmire is warning drivers to be careful as HPD launches a zero-tolerance crackdown. The mayor announced on X today HPD officers will be out on the 610 North Loop from the East I-10 interchange to the West Loop. From 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., the department will operate with zero tolerance for dangerous driving.
In an effort to make our streets and highways safer, HPD tomorrow will be on 610 North from the East I-10 over to the West Loop from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. HPD will have zero tolerance for road rage, speeding, all the dangers that some present to us. I'm urging everyone to take this as advice and counsel. Be safe during the holidays. Respect other drivers. Give yourself plenty of time, and certainly do not drink under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Thank you, HPD. Happy holidays. Let's continue working.
What do you think of the mayor's message? What is the most dangerous intersection in Houston? Now is the time to join us on Hello Houston at 713-440-8870.
I love it.
I'm perplexed.
Why?
Because he's going out to say, yes, we're going to, first of all, pay attention to this, which I assume they should always be paying attention to. Second of all, they're telling us where it's going to be. It's like, no, the whole point is that to catch people doing it that don't know where you're watching for it, because you should always be mindful of this everywhere. So I'm perplexed why you would say, listen, we're going to put a speed trap right here. So slow down when you go through there.
It's not a speed trap, though. It's a fair warning. We're going to be out and about. We're going to really control this.
We're looking over the whole city. We're watching for this. You've got to be.
Don't you think it'll go to the South Loop and then it'll be over here and then over there?
I just think it's odd. That's it.
I like the idea.
I'm with Frank on this one. I agree. I think it's
fine.
I agree with Frank. I think it's a fair warning. I think he's saying, listen, we are going to be zero tolerance, heads up, and it's basically sending a message. Don't,
between East I-10 and the interchange with the West Loop. Why not say this city is going to be zero tolerance on this kind of driving? I've informed the HPD to be on zero tolerance. Boom. Then
2 against 1. And you know what?
Come on, join me out there. YouTubers, come to my defense.
Listen, I know it's a moot point, but I think the dumbest thing that we ever did was get rid of red light cameras. Apparently they were a privacy issue, because you have privacy when you run a red light. That was just the dumbest thing a judge ever did, was overturn that and get rid of them. Because you don't want to be the first one out of the gate at any of our red lights. If I'm right there in front, I count to 3 Mississippi before I actually go, because so many people run them. And I think it was really dangerous. And you hear about more accidents and deaths in those kind of collisions.
Celeste, I'm stealing one of your YouTubers. My British computer guy has become mine. So far, he's been right in line with me all day today. So he's right there with me. He says they need to do this year round, not just over the holidays. Yes, I agree.
Well, maybe this is a test to see how it works.
And Alex Garza Photo says, no excuses anymore to drink and drive, especially with ride shares and dedicated friends to take the wheel.
Hands up to you, yes.
Yes. We also received another YouTube comment that says, I just drove that exact route and did not see one HPD patrol car.
Well, I guess if you were speeding or driving recklessly, you may have.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing that you didn't see them.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe they're just secretly
or maybe
watching
if you just drove it, they're at lunch.
Or maybe they're just saying it, and so we'll all slow down because we think they're there, and then they can put them other places.
Oh, it's like your parents.
Now I like that.
If when you think your parents are watching everything you do. I don't know.
I just think it's important that our mayor flat out say we are going to crack down during the holiday seasons.
And they should.
Right. I agree with that part of it. I just think it's weird to say where it's going to happen and when it's going to happen.
Well, I think the time of 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. is kind of weird, because it seems like 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. would be a more dangerous time to be out there.
Sean is coming over to Team Ernie over on the YouTubers. Ernie is right about announcing the location of the enforcement. Thank you.
No.
All right, Sean, we see where your alleys lie.
Okay. If you want to call us and be on my side, please do. 713-440-8870.
I'm on your side, Frank.
Thank you. You can call me right now.
Well, I'm going to move on to another story. Let's see what you all think of this one. The U.S. State Department is ditching a modern font and returning to an old favorite. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has ordered diplomats to stop using, is it Calibri? How do you say it? Calibri?
You know, I've never said it before.
I've never said it out loud.
Calibri. I would say Calibri.
Calibri, I'm hearing. And going back to Times New Roman in official documents. The move reverses a policy from 2023 under the previous administration, which adapted Calibri, a sans serif font, to be more readable for people with visual impairments and for screen readers. This font is supposed to be easier to decipher, to see, to understand. Rubio called the change wasteful. He called it a diverse equity and inclusion effort and said Times New Roman conveys greater professionalism and decorum. What do you think? It costs a lot of money to switch over. It's going to cost even more money to switch back. What do you believe? Is this an issue? Should we be doing this? Should we care? 713-440-8870.
Times Roman is much more difficult to read. And it's much more difficult on your eyes. It's the kind of font that puts you to sleep.
But to go with Rubio, he's saying it looks more official and proper when it's on documents, and therefore we should use this.
It's like the New York Times, if you're reading a newspaper.
Yeah, well.
But what we have right now that you're looking at is Calibri. The script you're looking at are Calibri.
And you can see how well I read those.
I think it's important.
You need all the help you can get.
It's important to know that the move reverses a policy from 2023 under the previous administration, which adopted Colibri. To me, it is petty.
It is, I think, representative of the administration.
I think they spend, like you're both saying, they spend an awful lot of time preoccupied with what happened in the past administration and trying to reverse it, regardless of whether it was a good idea or not, because it was done in the interim between Trump administrations.
But they love that Biden infrastructure bill. Boy, that's that. In fact, that's the money from the infrastructure bill is what they're trying to beef up the airports with gyms. Yeah. So that's where that money's coming from. So if we can take that and make it ours, perfect. And yet the font you don't like because it's cleaner. I consider Calibri a lot cleaner font.
Brandon over on YouTube says, I think we should switch to Comic Sans. Makes sense with this joke of an administration. A little political there,
we actually have a call on the font. I know, which I can see perfectly because of the font we are using. Serena from Kingwood, what's your font idea?
Well, my idea and my thought is this is the most ridiculous bunch of people
Thank you.
I've ever come across. I can't believe that they're spending time and energy and money on something as stupid as changing the font because of DEI.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. And there's not much I can do about it other than complain.
Right.
Do you have a preferred font when you send emails and letters and such?
I'm kind of I like Calibri, actually.
Yeah. I used to always be a Times New Roman. And I used to
Same.
push everything over to it. And then all of a sudden, my eyes were opened to these cleaner, simpler fonts that are easier
I was always
to
Arial.
read.
I always liked Arial better than
than
anything. But when you call up Word, Calibri automatically comes up, at least on my computer. For some
I will
reason.
say, though, Times New Roman, it is very classic, formal, traditional. I do think that we should have universal type fonts and things when you're working on official documents. I don't necessarily agree with that. I do think that changing something back just because it might have been modern or under a certain specific administration, again, seems unnecessary.
Yeah. Serena, thank you very much for calling in and sharing with us. And to add to what Celeste is saying, it costs money to switch back. It's not just, they decide they want to do something different. It's reprinting things. It's all of this. It's wasteful.
You're right. All right, coming up is going to be a little cold coffee, right?
Yes, coming up, we're going to revisit a cold coffee segment with Dr. Gabrielle Lyon to get ready for the new year. This is News 88.7.
This is what trust sounds like. You're tuning in to Houston Public Media because we make sense of the world around you. And now this station is 100% powered by you and this incredible community, and that's a big deal.
Here's something else to smile about. When you give today, you're also supporting our partnership with Interfaith Ministries Meals on Wheels, helping deliver food and connection to neighbors who need it most. So give now at HoustonPublicMedia.org/donate or give us a call, 888-909-0887. Let's do some good together.
And thank you. 355 meals have been donated this afternoon. Keep the momentum going and give for a neighbor this Meals Day. Your gift right now can help deliver even more meals to homebound seniors across our community. Every contribution adds up to a friendly knock on the door and another warm meal, another reminder that someone cares and show you care right now. Give now at HoustonPublicMedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887. Let's do some good together.
Hey, and this is it, the final live radio campaign of the year. As Celeste said, it's 12/11, so we're on the way to 2026 pretty soon. So if you've been waiting to support Houston Public Media all year, now's the time. Don't forget, tax deductible up to the full extent of the law, right? This is your gift powers trusted news, thoughtful storytelling, and the station you rely on every day. So don't miss your chance to make an impact before the year ends. Give now at HoustonPublicMedia.org/donate or call us 888-909-0887.
And as we've been mentioning, today is Meals Day. When you make a gift to Houston Public Media, you can select meals as your thank you gift. You won't only be supporting trusted news you get from our station, you'll also be putting meals on the table for local homebound seniors. That's double the good that you can do with just one single gift. So give right now at houstonpublicmedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887.
As we approach the holiday season, think about making a gift to the station you rely on. Make that gift for you and also for those in our community who may not be able to give to this station right now. So if you can give today, you're helping keep this service going for everyone in the community. Make your gift now at houstonpublicmedia.org/donate or call us at 888-909-0887.
Support independent news and give a gift that may also be fully tax deductible. Find out to the full extent of the law, as Frank says. By giving today, you're helping Houston Public Media keep local journalism strong, fact-based, and free for everyone. And you may also get a tax benefit before the year ends. Make that gift right now at houstonpublicmedia.org/donate or give us a call, 888-909-0887.
On the next Science Friday.
Hi, I'm Michael Schaefer. My partner Ellen and I have been proud supporters of public radio and TV for decades.
We really would be lost without our daily fix of unbiased national and local news, cultural programming, and great entertainment.
But with recent federal defunding, stations like Houston Public Media face real challenges.
Now's the time to step up.
Give now at houstonpublicmedia.org.
Thank you. Let me know.
They're the city's unofficial alarm system since Trump's immigration raids came to town. The White House says they're after the worst of the worst.
The lady selling tamales, the man that's taking his kids to school, people waiting for the bus. That's who they're going after.
Lessons from Chicago on the next Reveal.
Saturday at 2 on News 88.7.
Hi, I'm Manoush Zamarodi, and our world is changing so fast. On the TED Radio Hour, we invite innovators, researchers, and activists to unpack those changes with us.
Just about all companies are becoming technology companies or technology-enabled companies.
Listen to the TED Radio Hour from NPR every week for conversations that will deepen your understanding of our changing world.
The TED Radio Hour, Tuesdays at 9 p.m. on News 88.7.
Support comes from Visit Galveston, presenting winter events across the island, including Holiday in the Gardens, Polar Express train ride, and attractions welcoming visitors during the holiday season. More information is available at visitgalveston.com. Support for Houston Public Media comes from Metro, introducing Metro Downtown Direct, helping riders get home for the holidays with non-stop service between downtown and Bush Intercontinental Airport. Details at ridemetro.org/500.
And now back to Hello Houston. Call now, 713-440-8870, or email us at talk@hellohouston.org to get your comment in on today's topics. Here's Ernie Manouse, Celeste Díaz Schurman, and Frank Billingsley.
As we've been mentioning today on Hello Houston, there are just 3 weeks left in 2025. And as we get closer to the new year, many take time to reflect on their year and some of the goals that you might have achieved or maybe you didn't quite make. And so we also start to look ahead and we set new intentions, and oftentimes those intentions are framed as New Year's resolutions. And if you're thinking about making some healthy changes, then you'll want to listen up. On this next episode of Cold Coffee, we're going to revisit a conversation I had with board-certified physician, New York Times bestselling author, and the founder of the Forever Strong movement, Dr. Gabrielle Lyon, about how muscle-centric health is the way to longevity. Gabrielle, the term muscle health, it sounds very simple. But tell me more about the term and why you focus on it specifically.
I love that question. And it's actually a way of framing it would be muscle-centric health or muscle-centric medicine. It is the idea that skeletal muscle is the pinnacle of health and wellness. It is actually the largest organ. It's an organ, an organ system in the body, and it really determines everything about how we age. The diseases of aging and also the idea of obesity, Alzheimer's, cardiovascular disease, even PCOS, which is the #1 cause of infertility in the world, it begins in skeletal muscle first.
That's incredible. And you're talking about aging. And since we are in a safe space, I am going to be turning 40 at the end of this year. And I am absolutely petrified because everything that you hear and see about over the hill is connected to specifically how muscle and bone density starts to immediately decline and drastically, and then it just continues to get worse. How can we retain muscle mass as we age without absolutely having to live in the gym 24 hours a day?
Well, the great news is it is not inevitable. The idea that skeletal muscle mass must decline is not actually true. Certainly, the older we get, in your 80s and 90s, there is a natural progression that happens, and we've all seen this idea. But weakness is optional. And when we think about these body composition changes that happen that people often associate with menopause, it can be just as simple as redefining what we value in terms of habits and standards. So skeletal muscle, by doing resistance training, have a diet optimized for protein, you can prevent a lot of what you see. One of the things that happens is we become less active. We prioritize other things. But if you are continuously stimulating muscle, then that decline that we hear about does not have to happen.
Right. So you're talking about protein, you're talking about being active. And so building muscle, a lot of times we think it sounds simple. Okay, I'm going to hit my protein, levels, and I'm also going to be working out. But why does it feel so hard? And how important is mindset when we're looking at truly building that muscle-centric health that you're talking about?
It's a bidirectional relationship. A strong body begets a strong mind, and a strong mind begets a strong body. It is simple. We really overcomplicate things, and we prioritize other forms of activity. And listen, cardio, Pilates, yoga, they're all wonderful. But as we age, there is no replacement for doing resistance training. And a lot of women will say, you know what? I am so afraid of getting bulky.
Right.
I don't want to train because if I train, either I'm going to get bulky or that's too heavy. How much does your toddler weigh?
Probably, I would say like 60 pounds. Like
Do you pick him up?
All the time.
And you wouldn't think twice about it?
No.
But if you went to the gym and you saw a kettlebell that was 60 pounds, you would think twice about picking that up.
Yeah.
But these are strong girl numbers.
Right.
And you can absolutely do more than you think you can. And everybody listening can do more than they think they can. And we've disassociated with why we exercise and life. And we're not training to become better at exercise. We're training to become better at life. And so that we age on our own terms. And it doesn't have to be hours at the gym. I train 3 days a week with weights. On the fourth day, on a Saturday, I might do, which you should come.
Yes, I would love to.
We could totally film it. It would be amazing.
Yeah.
The fourth day, I do some kind of high intensity, but it is all scalable. But I don't replace weight training with other activities.
Right. So, okay, so we're talking a little bit about the actual working out process and the mindset that goes with it. When I wake up, I want to feel strong. I want to feel sharp. I want to feel like I'm going to tackle my day. But oftentimes, the first thing that goes into my mouth is coffee.
And that's okay.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah.
so how important is the first thing in the morning when we wake up? How important is what we put in our mouth?
That is a wonderful question, and here's why. Because as women, we're really busy. And that first meal of the day is actually the most important. The first and the last meal, I cover this in my book, Forever Strong, which is actually why I wrote the book, was to simplify strategies for people. When you wake up after an overnight fast, your muscle is primed for nutrition. That first meal of the day doesn't have to be right when you wake up, but it should have between 30 and 50 grams of dietary protein.
Okay.
You stimulate muscle from the protein that you eat. There are two ways to stimulate that tissue, and it's through resistance training or dietary protein.
Okay.
And when you do this, you prioritize protein first thing. You stop that catabolic action that's happening in an overnight fast, which means you are no longer taking away from your muscle, because your muscle is required for the rebuild and repair process that is always happening. Therefore, it is primed in the morning to receive nutrients. And when you prioritize protein, well, you protect muscle, but you also no longer have to depend on willpower. So when you come in to the studio and you see a donut, you are satiated. You're already full from the protein that you've had. And the average woman has about 68 grams of protein a day. I recommend, and the science supports, closer to 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of target body weight.
So that might be a lot for some women. And does it, I mean, that is what you think we should be following?
Well, it's what the science shows.
Right.
The current recommendation for dietary protein has not changed in the last 50 years. And that means one of two things. Number one, that we haven't gotten any new science, or number two, that the recommendations have not caught up with where the science is.
Right.
And we know that if you undereat dietary protein, that you cannot keep up with the rebuild and repair processes in the body. The body requires 250 to 300 grams of protein a day for turnover of all tissues. Your body replaces itself 4 times a year. And that is why we need protein. It's the most important essential macronutrient. We actually need more of it as we age, not less.
So is all protein created equally?
No, it's not. And you're smiling because you know that this question is very heated.
It is.
Nutritional science is a highly discussed and debated topic.
Yeah.
There are 2 types of protein. There are high quality proteins and there are low quality proteins. This is purely based on the amino acid content. Amino acids are the building blocks that make up various proteins. The difference is in a high quality protein, it has all the amino acids necessary for your body and your muscle this is important, in the appropriate amounts. So for example, you could have 4 ounces of beef or 4 ounces of chicken, and that would provide you with the essential amino acids. These are the amino acids that you must get from the diet. Your body cannot make it. A lower quality protein comes from a plant-based source. For example, do you remember when people were talking about quinoa?
Yes, it was like quinoa, and and we have those fads. We'll have quinoa, and
Right.
we'll also have celery juice, or Brussels sprouts went through their had their moment.
I'm glad I missed that one. I wasn't sure of that. I'm glad that skipped over me.
Yeah.
But quinoa, and I moved here from New York City. Now I live full-time in Houston.
That's right. You heard it first.
It's
right here.
amazing.
Cold
And
coffee.
you would go to the juice bars and it would promote quinoa as a high protein meal.
Okay.
In order to get enough quinoa to equal a small chicken breast, it would take 6 cups of quinoa
Oh my
to
gosh.
equal the same amino acid profile that is needed for muscle health. There are other plant-based proteins like soy, which have a higher essential amino acid content, but this is a very important concept for people to understand. And the way I like to think about it is plants and animals are both really important in the diet. We're omnivores. We need fiber, we need phytonutrients. Those mostly come from plants. Protein is not ideally sourced from plants because, you mentioned menopause, because of the amount of carbohydrates that ride along with it and calories. So if you want to create a diet that works, it should have both plants and animals. But if one is able to prioritize the high quality proteins, and this can be eggs and it can be fish, things of that nature, it doesn't have to be beef.
Right. So I have said this on the show before. I am very interested in bodybuilding. And part of that is a little bit of the discipline that comes with it. And then again, full disclosure, a little bit is purely the aesthetic of it, that higher muscle, lower fat type of body. And it very much, again, is about that aesthetic. But how is your philosophy different?
Well, I believe that obesity is a symptom of unhealthy skeletal muscle.
Yeah.
And I'm going to throw something out that I have never talked about publicly. We have this concept that body fat is most relevant, that once someone has 30% body fat, that they are unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, it is the fat in the muscle. For example, there's a difference between a fillet and a ribeye. And when an individual is sedentary, fat builds up within skeletal muscle. During aging and sedentary behavior, there's no such thing as a healthy sedentary person. And when you recognize skeletal muscle as the primary focal point for health and wellness, a few things happen. You talk about bodybuilding, and I'm thrilled to know that you love mindset, these mindset conversations. Well, if you train and you focus on muscle, number one, it's something that is under your voluntary control. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of things in life that we cannot control, but strength and muscle, we certainly can control that. And that's where true health starts. When someone goes to the doctor and they see that they have elevated triglycerides or elevated glucose or high levels of insulin, you will often hear the term metabolic syndrome. Have you heard that term before?
Yes, metabolic syndrome, yeah.
Metabolic syndrome. That is often thought to ride along with obesity as the cause. Mm-hmm. It's not. It's unhealthy skeletal muscle first.
And so for those that might not know what metabolic syndrome is, what is that exactly?
Elevated triglycerides.
That's right, you just mentioned it.
High blood pressure, high insulin, high glucose.
A lot of what I think people in America experience.
Over 70%.
Wow. So the global health and wellness industry is projected to reach $9 trillion by 2028. What are some of the biggest misconceptions you wish would just absolutely go away?
Protein is bad for us.
Yeah.
Number one, red meat is bad for us. The science does not support this. If you look at high quality randomized controlled trials, the science does not support the information that we're hearing. And the new dietary guidelines, 2025 dietary guidelines, for example, it will say that a food would not be considered healthy, or a diet is not considered healthy if it is greater than 10% saturated fat. But if we take it one step further, let's say you and I have a diet that's 1,200 to 1,500 calories. And my husband, who you met, is a former Navy SEAL. He's a very large human. He might have a 4,000 calorie diet.
He's a very fit human.
He is.
If I may say so.
But if his diet, if we talk about some of the biggest myths, according to the guidelines, he can have 44 grams of saturated fat and be perfectly healthy. Whereas if we go above 15 grams of saturated fat, then our diet would be considered unhealthy. And so if we believe that saturated fat is unhealthy, then we have to recognize what's the number. Mm-hmm. Is it 44 grams? Is it 15 grams? Or is it that these guidelines are perpetuating an ability to weaponize food? Mm-hmm. And what do I mean by that? Would you consider egg healthy?
I would think so, yeah.
Egg is a very healthy food. It has bioavailable protein, choline, fat-soluble vitamins. It has 18% saturated fat. Therefore, egg would not be considered a healthy food.
That is so interesting.
And we have to really take a step back. And when we think about designing a diet, we have to really question what information that we are getting and if it makes sense.
And I think that we can apply those things to so many
Absolutely.
Areas of our life.
Absolutely.
What information are we getting and how do we apply it to our life?
And what is the science?
And what is the science?
Show me the science. Where did 10% saturated fat come from? Right. You will not get an answer.
Right. So moving to your book, Forever Strong, a new science-based strategy for aging well. What are the key research components you have found? I mean, we're talking about the muscle-centric, that support your approach. And what are the key takeaways you want people listening to this right now to know?
Yes. The key takeaways are the following. Muscle is the focal point for health. It is your metabolic engine. It is where you store carbohydrates. It is where when you go to the doctor and you have fantastic triglycerides, fantastic blood glucose, amazing insulin, that means that your muscle is healthy. Mm-hmm. Muscle is your body armor. We are all going to face aging challenges. Aging is inevitable. Skeletal muscle is your body armor. That is what protects you. That is where you pull from nutrients to rebuild and repair your body. Mm-hmm. You must choose a diet which is optimized for protein and a lifestyle which is optimized for hard work through resistance training to age well. There is no way around it. There are no replacements. And aging is coming for all of us, God willing.
Well, I can't have this conversation without asking you about Ozempic.
I'm so glad you are.
And, your thoughts on that.
I don't know if I told you this, but I did my fellowship at WashU in nutritional sciences and geriatrics. I spent 2 years as a research fellow as well as a geriatrician. And I ran a weight loss clinic. Ozempic and these GLP-1s are more effective than anything and any medication that we have ever seen ever. I think that there is absolutely a place for them. They do not inherently destroy muscle. In fact, when you utilize dosing that is personalized, which in our clinic we use personalized dosing, you can get results that lower inflammation, that lower body fat, that help maintain muscle, that help treat and reframe people's obsession with food and even alcohol. These drugs, I believe, are very safe and effective and are the future. They're not going anywhere.
So, Gabrielle, would you say that people have to stay on them forever, though?
No.
How does that work?
We treat patients all the time. We have hundreds of patients, and we will put them on a microdose of Ozempic or tirzepatide, and they come off. It helps give them a boost, restart their metabolism, and we are able to titrate them off. When you have proper diet and lifestyle as the focal point, as your standard, forget goals.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not talk about goals. Goals come and go, but standards, they always remain. And when you are the type of person that gets up and chooses strength and chooses a diet that supports strength and aging, then you build a foundation that you age on your own terms.
So where should people start?
Everybody eats. You have to get nutrition right. And that is prioritizing. If the listener or the viewer does nothing else, start your day with 30 to 50 grams of protein. That's two scoops of a protein shake. You know what? I take that back. How about one scoop of a whey protein shake? You start your day with protein and you bookend your day with protein. And that could be salmon. It could be turkey. It could be fish. Do those two things. It is the thing that we all do, which is eat. Nail that, and then come back and talk to me.
How can people find out more about you and your book and your information?
They can go to our website, which is drgabriellelyon.com. We have a massive podcast. We have the second largest medical podcast in the country that really discusses misinformation and information, and that's the Dr. Gabrielle Lyon Show. I'm very active on Instagram. We have a great free newsletter that offers so much information. My book, our YouTube, our X, you name it, we're there.
And she's right here in Houston. Dr. Gabrielle Lyon, the founder of Muscle-Centric Medicine and New York Times bestselling author of Forever Strong. Thank you for joining me today on Cold Coffee.
Thank you, Celeste.
You just heard a conversation I had with board-certified physician, New York Times bestselling author, and the founder of the Forever Strong movement, Dr. Gabrielle Lyon. And if you enjoyed that, you can find more episodes of Cold Coffee on the Houston Public Media YouTube channel. But coming up, we have our current obsessions ready, and we can't wait to hear yours. Stay with us as Hello Houston continues.
Stories like the one you just heard are precisely why you listen to Houston Public Media. Everything we do is possible because of you and your support of this station. The station is now fully funded by the community. This is new to our station, and that's why we're turning to you. Please make your gift right now to houstonpublicmedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887. I'm Ernie Manouse.
And I'm Celeste Díaz Schurman. This is your final chance this year to support Houston Public Media during a live campaign. If you've thought about giving Now is the perfect time. Your contribution helps fund the station's most trusted work and keeps public media accessible to all. And when you give right now, you're ensuring that we have a strong foundation going into the following year. So don't wait. Give now at houstonpublicmedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887.
And you have been calling. We want to give shout outs to our new members or renewing members. Stephen from Houston, Martha from Sugarland, Mary Beth from Houston, David from Beaumont, and an amazing 397 meals. Ooh, and we're so close to hitting that 400 meal mark. Have come in so far today. Thank you. Your gift now helps your neighbor this Meals Day. Brings them a warm meal when it's cold outside and when they need the nourishment and also that human touch. Give now and select meals as your thank you gift at houstonpublicmedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887.
This is one of those moments where you can do a little good that means a whole lot. Help someone else keep listening. Even if they can't give today, you can give for them. Go to houstonpublicmedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887.
Before the year ends, make a smart move for yourself and your community. Your gift to Houston Public Media may be tax deductible, and it definitely helps power the fact-based journalism you count on every day. Make an impact today at houstonpublicmedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887.
And right now, you can make your gift to Houston Public Media, and then you can select meals as your thank you gift. And you're going to be supporting the local programming that you rely on. And through Interfaith Ministries, Meals on Wheels, you're also making sure homebound seniors across Greater Houston get a good meal. That's 2 kinds of nourishment in one simple gift. Give now at houstonpublicmedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887.
From your first sip of coffee to your commute to work or school to cooking dinner, Houston Public Media is always here for you. Make sure it stays that way with your gift right now at houstonpublicmedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887. It's easy, it's convenient, and it means a whole lot. We had a goal of trying to hit 400 meals given. We're just a couple meals away. Your gift right now could make that happen. 888-909-0887.
Houston Matters is your essential daily.
It's not just your car. It's the one that brought your kids home from school, took you cross country, held memories, laughter, even a few breakdowns. When it's time to let go, give your car a new purpose. Donate it and turn memories into meaningful support for this station. Plus, you'll enjoy free and easy pickup, potential tax benefits, and a simple donation process. Your gift supports the programs you and your family love. Donate today and help keep public media strong. Call or donate online.
You want some real, insightful conversations about where art comes from? Well, Bullseye has you covered, as long as you don't mind a little bit of ridiculousness.
Y'all was like really judging me though.
They sniffed it out. They sniffed out that I was weird.
I was like, I don't know where I'm gonna sit, just like in the movies.
Listen, learn, laugh. Bullseye from Maximum Fun and NPR.
Bullseye, Thursdays at 9 p.m. on News 88.7.
President Trump says affordability is just a Democratic hoax as Americans suffer the high cost of living. On the next Friday News Roundup, a farmer bailout, a stalled job market, and the Fed cuts rates. Plus, the latest in the battle over health care in Washington. We round up the news next time on 1A.
Support for Houston Public Media comes from Smart Financial Center in Sugar Land, presenting Sarah Brightman's Winter Symphony, a holiday production Friday, December 19th. Tickets at smartfinancialcenter.net.
Support comes from Discovery Green Conservancy and H-Town Holiday Lights by H-Town Frankie, a light display set to music and inspired by Houston's hip-hop culture, presented by PNC. More information at discoverygreen.com.
And now back to Hello Houston. To share your thoughts on any of today's topics, call 713-440-8870 or email us at talk@hellohouston.org. Now here's Ernie Manouse, Celeste Díaz Schurman, and Frank Billingsley.
It's that moment they've all been waiting for.
Current obsession.
Current
Obsessions. And y'all know what that is. It's the rundown of things that's currently taking up all of our time. It's that book that you just can't put down at night, and you know you need to go to bed, and you're like, I need to go to bed, but I want to finish reading it.
Kevin has those, actually.
I have, yes, that happens to me. And right now, one of the top trending items now on X is the trailer of the upcoming DC film, Supergirl. And before we get into our interest, you're welcome to share your current obsessions with us by calling or texting 713-440-8870.
I just watched that because I read
Did
the
you?
trailer. Yeah.
Well, did you see the original Supergirl back from the 80s?
Yeah.
I love that movie. That could be an obsession of mine with Faye Dunaway and Brenda Vaccaro as the dueling witches. Oh, my God. And then if you watch Brenda Vaccaro give interviews about how horrible it was working with Faye Dunaway.
Brenda Vaccaro.
Oh, it's fabulous. But anyway, I'm assuming this new Supergirl is a little more serious than that one.
It's sort of
How fun.
Sort of clever.
Yeah.
The trailer, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Millie
I'll have to
Alcock
become
is in
obsessed
it.
with it.
And she was from the Game of Thrones spinoff.
Who's in it?
Millie Alcock
Oh,
and
yeah.
Matthias Schoenaerts and Eve Redley. Yeah.
I'm a little obsessed with something you can't see right now.
Yeah.
I am obsessed with Horizon Part 2. Remember Horizon was that whole big quadrilogy of movies that Kevin Costner was going to make 4 of these big movies. And the first one came out in theaters and bombed. And they had announced the second one was going to come out 3 months later. And then they pulled it because the first one did so bad. And now it's just been in limbo for like 2 years. Finish is in the can. And they had started filming the third movie. And they haven't finished it because they don't know if they have any funding for it. So I'm fascinated by that story.
Wow.
That's my current obsession.
All right, Frank?
Well, I mean, do we have any time left?
Yes.
After that explanation?
If you'd start talking, we would.
I'm on Christmas songs right now because we have Roku, which is a big switch for us, and DirecTV and all that. But so if you go to Roku and you just say, Christmas songs, you can get all these different Christmas songs on your Roku, and they're old classics and there's new ones. And so I've been trying to figure out how to do this. And I'm doing it.
That's interesting that you say that because I definitely feel like I love Christmas music, but I get into the same rotation and then I get tired of it. So
What's your favorite song? Christmas song?
The First Noel.
A Holy Night.
DJ, play a Christmas song by Cher.
God. All I want for Christmas. Yeah.
Okay, Celeste, quickly, you got 30 seconds.
Okay, mine is Train Dreams. It's a movie right now that was just released on Netflix. It is absolutely beautiful. It was based on the author. It's Joel Edgerton's best performances, and it's based on a book. And I'm trying to remember who the author was. It's
Train Dreams?
Train Dreams. Go watch it. It's beautiful. It is all about this logger and grief.
Okay, Alex's current obsession is holiday cards.
Yes.
That's always fun.
I love holiday cards, especially the ones with pictures of everybody's family.
My British computer guy is Roswell, New Mexico. The old show, but definitely binge-worthy.
And they also said not one for Celeste.
Not one for Celeste.
Well, you know what it is for Celeste? We'll be back again tomorrow, won't we?
Yes, and that brings us to the end of our show. We want to thank you for watching and listening to Hello Houston. Again, we'll be back tomorrow with more conversations, and we're going to be joined by the day tripper, Chet Gardner.
What is he all about?
Chet.
Oh, he's
I've
on
known him for
PBS.
years.
He goes all around Texas.
Yeah, does day trips.
And
so,
Celeste had talked about this. I think you, Frank, were talking about it too, because at the holiday season, what a great way to travel locally.
Well, that's a good idea. And give your kid a cell phone to keep him busy.
No, don't do that.
But again, we want to thank you for listening to Hello Houston. Don't forget, we'll be back tomorrow. This is News 88.7.
All right. We are still on our campaign.
Yes, we are.
And this is the last one of the year. So
Amazing.
This is the time to donate. We exist to serve you here at Houston Public Media. And right now, your support ensures that we can keep doing just that. We're fully committed to the community support. That means this station depends entirely on listeners like you to support us. You rely on Houston Public Media to bring you the news that you need, and we are now turning to you for support. So please make your gift right now at houstonpublicmedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887.
You know, Frank, you're exactly right. Today is the moment, and today is your moment to make a difference. This is our last live fundraising campaign of the year, and your gift keeps trusted local news strong and programming like Hello Houston into the new year. And today, your support also helps deliver meals and connection through our partnership with Meals on Wheels. Give now at HoustonPublicMedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887.
Yes, this is our
final live campaign.
And it's happening now. And your gift of delivered meals through Meals on Wheels will make a big difference in someone's life. So far, we have 397 meals donated this afternoon. We want to hit 400. You can do it. Do it right now. Keep the momentum going. Give for a neighbor on this Meals Day. Go, HoustonPublicMedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887.
It is exciting to come to work every day and be on Hello Houston.
With us.
With Frank and Ernie and
Thank
my
you for
entire
adding me in.
team, Jim and Garrett and William. But you know what else is also really exciting? When you give back to our community. And you can call 713 or 888-909-0887.
Thanks for listening to Hello Houston. Join us every Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. to talk all things Houston. The Hello Houston production team includes Garrett Bowman, William Menjivar, Jen Altine, Todd Holslander, and Jim Kovacic. For the latest in local news, subscribe to the Hello Houston daily newsletter at HoustonPublicMedia.org. Hello Houston is a production of Houston Public Media. The opinions expressed by the guests of this program are solely their own and do not represent the views of management, staff, or underwriters of Houston Public Media. This is News 88.7.
Support comes from Sunny Pro.